At some point during your internship, something will go wrong. You will make a mistake, you will receive difficult feedback, you may experience tension with a colleague, a client, or even a supervisor. That is not a sign you are failing. It is a normal part of working with other human beings. This week is about learning how to navigate conflict and failure. Let's start with a mindset shift. Discomfort is not a signal to withdraw. It is a signal to lean in. In school, if you have an awkward interaction, you can avoid that person next semester. At work, you cannot just exit the chat. Conflict is part of collaboration. Learning to handle it well builds long-term confidence and resilience. Before we even talk about conflict, let's talk about preparation. One of the best tools you can use is if-then planning. This means deciding in advance how you will respond in stressful situations. For example, if I feel stuck, I will try for 20 minutes, then ask for help with context. If I get feedback, I will write it down before reacting. If I feel anxious before a meeting, I will take 3 slow breaths and review my notes. When you pre-decide your response, you reduce emotional reactivity and increase professional behaviors. Now, let's talk about mistakes. When you mess up, and you will, follow 3 steps. Own it, repair it, then learn from it. Step 1, own it quickly. This means do not hide it and don't minimize or blame someone else. Trust me, I know this is hard, but you can be brave. You might say, I just realized I made an error in doing this. I missed the updated instructions. Research consistently shows that early accountability builds trust faster than defensiveness ever will. Think about healthcare as an example. Admitting a mistake early could even save a life. Step 2, repair it. Propose a solution. For example, I've corrected the file and rechecked the numbers. I'll double check future reports against the master sheet. Managers want problem solvers. So when you bring a fix along with admission, you demonstrate maturity. Step 3, learn from it. Ask yourself, what would I do differently next time? This is where growth mindset matters. Failure is not a verdict on your ability. It is information. When you treat mistakes as information instead of identity, you build resilience to handle those tricky situations again in the future. Now, let's talk about conflict. Conflict is not necessarily someone being mad at you. Conflict is often just a difference in expectations, priorities, or communication styles. The key is having a clear framework. First, pause. Emotional regulation comes first. Take a breath, take notes. If needed, say, let me think about that and follow up. Try not to respond in peak emotion. Second, clarify. Get curious before you defend yourself. You could say, quote, can you help me understand your concern? Or can we align on expectations for next time? End of quote. Curiosity lowers defensiveness on both sides. Third, acknowledge. You do not have to agree with everything, but you can validate the experience. Quote, I see how that caused frustration. I understand the timeline felt tight. End of quote. Acknowledgement can often reduce escalation. Fourth, move toward forward action. Quote, what would you recommend for next time? Or here's what I'll adjust moving forward. End of quote. Professionals focus on solutions, not blame. Avoidance may feel easier in the moment, but research on exposure shows that avoiding discomfort increases anxiety long term. One difficult conversation does not equal career failure. There are also common mistakes to avoid during conflict. Defensiveness. This means explaining before understanding. Over-apologizing, which can undermine credibility. Emotional emailing. Never send important messages when you are upset. Gossiping about conflict. This will destroy trust and often escalates the issue. Before you vent to a peer, check the cost. Gossip can damage your reputation and complicate the situation. Avoidance. Hoping it just goes away rarely solves workplace tension. And catastrophizing, telling yourself, this ruined everything. It didn't. One conversation is just one moment. Seek advice from a mentor or trusted professional instead of spreading frustration casually. When you fail or find yourself in conflict, train your brain to see it as an opportunity. We are going to use your mind to help you. If you find yourself thinking, this is a disaster, pause and ask, what story am I telling myself? What evidence supports that? Most workplace conflicts are solvable with communication. You are building resilience every time you handle discomfort directly. But it's also important to know when to handle something independently and when to involve others. Handle it independently when it's a misunderstanding, a difference in communication style, or minor feedback. In those cases, start with a direct, respectful conversation. However, escalate appropriately if the situation involves harassment, discrimination, ethical violations, repeated hostile behavior, or major policy violations. In those cases, consider reporting concerns to a supervisor, HR, or your internship coordinator. It is a responsible action when safety or ethics are involved. Failure and conflict are not interruptions to your internship experience. They are part of it. The goal is not to avoid mistakes or tension entirely. Professionals are not defined by avoiding hard moments. They are defined by how they handle them. And every time you choose ownership and forward action, you strengthen your confidence for the long term.